Hey everybody, Miss Laddy-Da here, and today it is time to announce the book of the month. Yay, I'm so excited. And so this time I chose two books. So the first one that I chose and I paid $16.99 for, which is the monthly amount after your first $5 book, was Lessons in Chemistry. So this one, let's open up the cover here and I'm going to read to you what it's about. So, chemist Elizabeth Zott is not your average woman. In fact, Elizabeth Zott would be the first to point out that there is no such thing as an average woman. But it's the early 1960s, and her all-male team at Hastings Research Institute takes a very unscientific view of equality. Except for one, Calvin Evans, the lonely, brilliant, Nobel Prize-nominated grudge holder who falls in love with, of all things, her mind. True chemistry results. Like science, though, life is unpredictable, which is why a few years later, Elizabeth Zott finds herself not only a single mother, but also the reluctant star of America's most beloved cooking show, Supper at Six. Elizabeth's unusual approach to cooking, combine 1 tablespoon acetic acid with a pinch of sodium chloride, proves revolutionary, but as her following grows, not everyone is happy. Because, as it turns out, Elizabeth Zott isn't just teaching women to cook, she's daring them to change the status quo. Laugh out loud funny, shrewdly observant, and studded with a dazzling cast of supporting characters, Lessons in Chemistry is as original and vibrant as its protagonist. I cannot wait to read this book. This book is right up my alley, you guys. And for those of you who have followed me for quite some time, you know what I'm talking about. You're like, yep, 1960s, she's there. Yep. And also 1960s and women trying to make a change, trying to stand up for themselves and break that status quo. Yep, I'm there. So I cannot wait to read this book. So this was the book of the month. So I will be reading that. But then I bought another book and I got it for free, I believe, with all the points and credits that I had. This is called A Talent for Murder by Peter Swanson. And it says no murder is by the book. So let's find out what this one is about. So, a newlywed librarian begins to suspect the man she married is a murderer, and the spectacularly twisty and deviously clever novel by best-selling author Peter Swanson. Martha Ratliff conceded long ago that she'd likely spend her life alone. She was fine with it, happy with her solo existence, stimulated by her work as a librarian in Maine. But then she met Alan, a charming and sweet-natured salesman whose job took him on the road for half the year. When he asked her to marry him, she said yes, even though she still felt a little bit like a stranger. A year in, and the marriage was good, except for that strange blood streak on the back of one of his shirts that he had worn to a conference in Denver. Her curiosity turning to suspicion, Martha investigates the cities Alan visited over the past year and uncovers a disturbing pattern. 5 unsolved cases of murdered women. Is she married to a serial killer? Or could it merely be a coincidence? Unsure what to think, Martha contacts an old friend from graduate school for advice. Lily Kinter once helped Martha out of a jam with an abusive boyfriend and may have some insight. Intrigued, Lily offers to meet Alan to find out what kind of man he really is. But what Lily uncovers is more perplexing and wicked than they ever could have expected. How good does this sound, you guys? Woof! I can't wait to read this one as well. So, this one is going to be the book of the month, Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus. It is a pretty thick book, you guys. So I'm going to have to be doing me a lot of reading for the month of June to get through this book. But I love to read, and it also depends on how short the chapters are. You know, some books are really, really thick, but the chapters are small and short, so it's a fast read. You get through it pretty quickly. Now, the other one, on the other hand, A Talent for Murder, it's not near as thick. To me, for me, and because I read a lot, this will be like a weekend read for me, or like a day and a half read for this one. But I am going to challenge myself and try to get through them as fast as I can. Now, the review for this one may come a little bit later because my TBR, to be read pile, just keeps building and building. But for the month of June, I am going to be reading Lessons in Chemistry. So stay tuned at the end of the month when I come back and I review this book and let you know how good it really is. All right. Oh, and one more thing. I wanted to show you the bookmark that I got this time. You know, the last one that I loved, it said emotional support book. Well, this one, you've got the front book of the month, and then at the back it says hold that plot. I thought that's pretty funny. And, you know, instead of hold that thought, hold that plot. This was submitted by Christine H. of Indianapolis, Indiana, which is my hometown, but I don't currently live there. Anyway, so I thought that was just really cute. Hold that plot. I thought, cute, right? And that's another thing that you get when you do book of the month. Like every month you'll get a bookmark like this and it will have a different saying on it or whatever. Some people don't even use bookmarks. And you know what? That brings me to a question. Are you a person that use bookmarks on hardbacks that have a cover? Or are you a person that once you read to mark your place, you take the flap of the book and you do this kind of thing and that marks your spot? I am that person. I admit it. I do that. Yes, I do. Unless the book is really thick like this, because you're going to come to a point where all the pages are not going to fit into that flap. So then you need to turn to a bookmark. I have a whole small drawer of bookmarks, not even lying. But I love them. I love bookmarks. I think they're cute. Anyway, so another thing I wanted to point out, and you guys, I'm not getting paid to talk about this, but I love this subscription, the book of the month. I love it. So all the hardback books, they're very nice. Look at that. Look how nice this is, you guys. And it even has the Book of the Month Club logo on the outside of the cover. I think that is really nice. To buy this book in a store, I would not pay $16.99. I would pay $30-something, if not more, for a book like this. Its thickness and just the cover itself, the binding. Yeah, no way. It would be way more than $16.99, I feel. And each month, like, you get a good selection to pick from. It's not like they give you 2 or 3 and you're forced to pick one. No. And you don't even have to pick one each month. If you find a book that you're just not interested in, like you're just like, I don't like this month's selection, you don't have to order. That's the good thing about it. So I just really like it. And if you are a reader like I am and you love reading, I highly recommend it, seriously, because it's going to save you money. And then each month it's exciting when your book of the month box is in the mailbox. It's like, oh, goody, my books are here. So anyway, no, I am not getting paid to talk about them. I wish I was, but I'm not, because I have a lot of good things to say about this. So anyway, there is that. So that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, and again, I will announce the books again. If you're interested in reading along, this is Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus. Okay. And then the other one that I ordered is called A Talent for Murder by Peter Swanson. All right, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. This is Miss La-Di-Da saying ta-ta for now.